In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Cedric Coward and why he did not go back to university and why he is staying in this year's NBA draft. He does a lot of things that the NBA wants their role players to do. So let's get down and let's check out Cedric Coward and how he plays and how you can play to get a good role in the NBA. Really quickly, if you want to become a better shooting guard with a higher IQ, make sure to go check out the shooting guard blueprint that is down in the description below so that you can become a smarter, stronger, and more skilled shooting guard. Let's get down. Let's check out Cedric Coward. Okay, so here he is right here getting that dribble handoff. When he gets that dribble handoff, his defender goes underneath that screen. Watch right there. Not necessarily a dribble handoff, but it's still essentially a dribble handoff. Because his man went underneath that screen, he's created a lot of space between himself and that defender. Because of that, he was able to set that right foot, take that quick jab dribble towards his defender that got him back onto his heels, and then he took that quick shot fake and pulled for that shot. This is a move right there. That jab dribble that you see is a move that is used at the NBA level by players like Curry, but most notably SGA, as well as Anthony Edwards, AE. Those are three amazing players that use this same exact move. Basically, what you're hoping for is exactly what we see right there. And that is to get him back onto his heels and create just enough space. But with that shot fake, and I love this shot fake. For everyone who does shot fakes at the three-point line, you guys mostly all do it wrong. Watch what he does. He comes back, he lifts the ball while his knees are bent. The biggest mistake on a shot fake on the perimeter is players bend their knees while they lift the ball, and if you're a defender, you're not getting sold into that shot. So knees pre-bent, shot fake, even lifts his body just a little bit. Takes a quick pivot towards that right side. Oh, he lifted that pivot foot, and he was able to pull for that shot. Right in front of the referee too. He lifted the pivot foot. Ouch. I didn't notice that before. However, he did make this shot and there was no travel called. So what's going through his mind right now is he's open for a shot. They fake that pass out that brings that defender out just a little bit, but they kick it out to the wing. Watch this defender, watch Cedric Coward. Defender goes and closes out, and because the back is to Cedric Coward, if he was to cut, this is putting this defender at risk because now it is a 2-on-1 in this scenario, which means that this backdoor cut would have been fantastic, but this man started to drive to the basket. So he was smart. He pulled himself back out because that's the open spot. You don't want to get too crowded in the key. So smart idea. Very high IQ player. And because he stepped back out, he was wide open for that shot. They were able to pass him that ball, and he made this shot. It was absolutely wide open. So you've got to be able to hit those corner threes at the college and pro level. Also watch his footwork. So right here, plants on his left, pops back out, catches on his right, pushes off left, right. This allows his right side to be in line. By going left, right into your shot, this allows your right side to be in line so your right shoulder and elbow can be squared to the or in line with the rim so that you can pull that shot off. I actually really like his shooting form too. Also, watch the relocation and how he is able to get open. So here he's popping up to the 45 or the wing, whatever you want to call this. It's either 45 or it could be called the wing, depending on your coach. Personally, I call it both, so I guess that confuses some people. He's got his hands wide and high, calling for that ball, and then he relocates to the right side. Again, getting himself open. The pass was also out to that side, so that, okay, partially passer's fault, but watch when he catches it on two. This allows him to plant his feet much faster. He's got a defender who's closing out very quickly. So by catching and then catching on two, this sets his feet so that he can go straight back up into his shot, and that's exactly what he does. Nice high release. I like that shot, and he makes it. I really like his shooting form. Okay, so here he's getting a staggered or an elevator, sort of, kind of. I would call it staggered. He didn't go through the middle, but they are an elevator style screen right there. But he catches it on his right foot, and then he plants left, right into his shot. Fantastic. I love this. That's great footwork, and he makes it. See, the reason why this is such great footwork is because by being a right-hand player, you want to go back to the left side. The reason being is because that allows you to go left-right into your shot. It allows your right foot to be in line with the rim, which then allows your right side to be in line with the rim as well. And it allows you to have a nice high straight release, but just by going to your left side, it allows your right side to get in line. So the reason why I think the NBA is very interested in Cedric Coward is just the fact that he's a very good spot-up set shooter. And this is what exactly the NBA needs from role players. Because guess what? Everyone in the NBA can score, but not everyone is okay being a spot-up shooter. He's also very good at being able to cut backdoor. So right here, what do we see? Well, he stops for a second. This man is dribbling up towards that point. What does he do? Well, he cuts backdoor. His man was overplaying him. So by reading that overplay, he's able to cut backdoor, and this is what allows him to be able to get open for that bounce pass, and then he goes at the rim. But he did something right there that I really liked that I was actually teaching David today. So here's Cedric Coward, and this is what I was teaching David. When you get into the key, if you can go right, left, into the chest of the defender, because the defender is going to jump straight up. This is going to allow you to go straight up into your shot with two hands. Now, the defender wasn't there. The defender's chest wasn't in his way. He went through the arm of the defender instead, which is still valid and able to work because he was able to score. That all happened because he went up with two hands on the ball looking for contact. This is important. Not enough players look for contact. He also has some really good footwork in the post, so he can post up his guy if he has a mismatch. That's exactly what we see right here. He's got his back to the baseline, which is totally fine. I would much rather prefer it to the sideline, but that's just me. And from there, he was able to get his man to overplay, and then he was able to spin off. Notice that lead foot. Where is that lead foot pointing? That lead foot is pointing to the direction of the rim. When you spin, that foot has to point where you want to go. Because if it's pointing out here, guess where you're going to go? You're going to go to the baseline. If you're pointing to the rim, you're going to go to the rim. And that's exactly how he was able to score in this clip. And he went up with two hands on ball again. So if you're looking to become a better shooting guard and a smarter shooting guard, make sure to go check out the shooting guard blueprint that is down in the description below so that you can become a smarter, stronger, and more skilled shooting guard. I'll see you guys again in my next video. I hope that this video has helped you become a better player. I'll see you guys again next time.